Episode 8. I am to head to Serene Prime to drop off a Romulan citizen that was taken hostages on board the station that I just completed in the previous episode. It is also the hope that when we go to this Serene Prime, I speak with the ruling council in the hopes of figuring out what else has been happening to Romulan citizens, possibly related to Tal Shiar or Alachi activities. Let's begin Shadow Play. It's a long way from fighting the Klingons and going up against those smugglers. In fact, I think fighting the Romulans is probably the most toughest I've ever come against. I think it's because they use plasma-based weapons. At least that's what I think. Patch to kill through.
I can't thank you enough for returning me. It looks like the Romulan Star Empire has been busy while I was away. They were already lobbying our council to join them, but Romulan Republic envoys are there as well. Now the Empire is blockading the planet, probably to prevent information like ours from reaching our leaders. The shield wall is new. I guess the Tal Shiar constructed it. You should be careful.
This isn't the first time we've run afoul of the Romulan Star Empire, and I can assure you it won't be the last. Head towards the Romulan vessel. IRW Rhea, the Daradix-class battlecruiser. I don't want to execute full impulse because I want to not seem threatening. Federation tries to deal things in a peaceful way. Military force is usually the last resort. Perhaps if I can contact the Romulans and let them know what's happening, maybe they'll let us through. I doubt it, but it's worth a shot.
This planet is protected by the Romulan Star Empire. State your business.
I didn't realize Serene Prime was a protectorate of the Romulan Star Empire.
Technically, it is not. However, the Empress has graciously extended her protection to all worlds in this region of space, including Serene Prime. There have been recent reports of terrorist activity on the planet. As a service to the lawful residents, we are securing the world against further intrusions.
Whether they like it or not, of course.
This planet is protected by the Romulan Star Empire. State your business.
Well, if it must make you happy, I am returning a citizen to her home world.
Indeed. Identify this citizen.
No, thank you.
We have no record of that colonist. Lower your shields and prepare to be boarded.
I don't think so, Commander. Basic maneuvers. Come on. He's almost gone. Got him. For a moment there, I took a serious beating. If you looked at my health on the lower left-hand side. But once again, it's not the first time I've dealt with the Romulans like this. And as I've stated before, it won't be the last. Since there's an opening in the shield grid, let's head into planetary orbit. Full impulse. Alright. Tell Takelo she can beam down whenever she wants. I'm beaming down too with a small away team. I want to have a word with this council. Maybe get a word in of what's been happening. Romulan Republic envoys are there, as well as Romulan Star Empire envoys, so things can get a little bit tricky. I hate having to deal with two Romulan governments. One's enough, even if it is the Tal Shiar or the Star Empire. The Romulan Republic is actually more of a friendly government, because they're trying to be unlike the Star Empire.
I can't believe I finally made it home. Thank you. I never thought I'd see this place again. I would give you the grand tour such as it is, but I need to get back to my family. I never thought I'd see them again either. You should talk to a representative from our council. Follow the path ahead and it will lead you to our central square. There should be someone you can speak with there.
Thank you. And welcome home, Takelo. Not a bad looking place. Especially for a colony. I would have probably picked a place with better trees, but I don't judge other people's worlds. There's the ruling council. Here's the Romulan Star Empire envoys. And there's the Republics. If you notice, they're basically all the same other than different uniforms. Let's just talk to these guys real quick. Actually, no, I gotta speak to the counselor first.
Jolan True, and welcome to Sereni Prime. Oh, thank you for returning Takelo to us. I'm sure her family is pleased she is safe. However, you have arrived at an interesting time. I was just preparing to meet with representatives from the Romulan Star Empire and the Romulan Republic. Each are urging our colony to join their faction. We've done our best to stay out of the conflict until now, but I fear we will soon be forced to take a side.
Yeah, we met one of the Empire's representatives in orbit. They tried to destroy my ship.
Yes, the Empire has a way of offering assistance that feels more like a threat. They offered security services for my world, and I could not risk refusing them. And, to be fair, there have been no abductions since the fleet began protecting the planet.
What do you mean by abductions?
A number of our citizens went missing in the weeks before the Empire arrived. The Empire blames the Republic, of course, but I think Sela likes to blame them for a lot of things. There's no evidence they are responsible, however. In fact, there's no evidence at all. And I think that if the Republic were behind these kidnappings, they would leave some trace behind. If you would care to speak to the representatives, I would be interested in hearing what your opinion of them is.
I'd be honored at your request, Counselor. Let's start with the Romulan Star Empire.
You are not welcome here, Starfleet.
The Council feels different. She asked me to speak with you and give her my opinion.
Then she is a fool. The Federation are allies of the terrorists who seek to destroy what remains of our glorious empire. You will do nothing here but sow dissent and unrest. I also know that you destroyed a ship protecting this planet. with callous disregard for the safety of the citizens of this colony. I have nothing more to say to a murderer.
I'm sorry, but he left me no choice.
You had no choice? Those words have been the excuse of monsters since time immemorial. On the chance, however, that the Council is foolish enough to be swayed by your biased opinion, I will explain that the Romulan Star Empire is Serene Prime's only hope for peace and stability. We alone possess the military strength and operational effectiveness to keep this planet safe. The terrorists from the Republic can only offer them a portion of their own loss and suffering. The Empress has already sent ships to defend this colony. That is evidence of our intentions.
Yeah. Your intentions are very clear, Sub-Commander. I think I've heard enough.
A pleasure to meet you. What can I do for you?
If you don't mind me asking, Sub-Commander, what's your mission here?
My intent was to speak to the Council about the advantages of joining the Republic. Fortunately, I arrived before the blockade, and the Council has extended their protection to me. Otherwise, I'd probably be on my way to one of the Tal Shiar's prison facilities by now. The Empress likes to hide her threats in a few layers of deception and lies. It can be difficult for a peaceful world like Serene Prime to resist. But if we all stick together, we will be able to rise up and defeat the Tal Shiar once and for all.
You have an ambitious goal, Sub-Commander. I wish you good luck. Now, the Councilor's going to hear my opinion, and I'm going to be given 3 different choices. I just want to let everyone know there is no wrong answer here. So if you pick one, don't be ashamed if you thought it was the wrong answer.
Well, what did you think of them?
I could go with the first option, which is I may be biased, but I think you should join the Republic. Any person would go with that option. Second option is not really that ideal. If safety is your main concern, you may want to join the Romulan Star Empire. Yeah, right. Now, here's the pick I'm going to go with, because as a Starfleet officer, I believe it's important that I stay neutral in this whole thing. I'm not here to decide what should happen and what should not. I'm an outside source. So, you've done well staying neutral so far. I don't see a reason why you should change your course now. Oh, and there's a 4th option I forgot about. I can't tell you what your colony should do. Follow your heart and your instincts. I'm going to go with the 3rd option.
An interesting perspective. Thank you for your suggestion. Our most convincing evidence comes from a survivor of Virenat. And if his story can be believed, he says he knows who is behind these abductions. You should speak to him before you leave. He's behind that building.
Very well. I'll listen to his story.
Yes, I was at Virenat. My family died there. My friends. It wasn't terrorists who destroyed my home, and it certainly wasn't the Republic. It was the Tal Shiar and their friends. But you don't have to take my word for it. Virenat has been abandoned since the attack. Go see what our Empress does to her people.
I will. And I'm sorry for your loss. Alright. Yellow Springs, beam us up. And set a course for the Virenat system. Warp 6. If there is evidence that the Tal Shiar and the Alachi were responsible, it should be there. Based on the fact that we have a eyewitness to the account, says that's the evidence should be there. But the Romulan Star Empire has been known for wiping their slate clean a lot. Obviously. Put them on screen.
Your presence here is unauthorized. Furthermore, we have evidence that you had a role in the destruction of the IRW Rhea and the deaths of her crew. Lower your shields.
Didn't work the first time. Sorry. Put them on screen.
You appear to have run afoul of the Tal Shiar. Do you require assistance?
Once again, no right or wrong answer. Considering that I was nearly crippled by that last ship, I say, sure, why not? Ooh, they got me in a tractor beam.
Tal Shiar will know.
That's 2 ships destroyed.
The Tal Shiar will no longer trouble you. Do you require anything else?
No, thank you for your assistance. Very well, lay in a course. Full impulse. Get us out of the shield barrier. Warp to Veranet. As soon as we arrive in Veranet, go to Yellow Alert. Wouldn't be surprised if there's some cloaked Romulan ships there. At this point, expect the worst. Hope for the best, but expect the worst. Set course for the planet. Maintain sensor scan of the area. Once again, I'm not trying to rush things. Scan this debris. For an agricultural colony, you don't normally see battles here like that. But at least they were prepared, somewhat. Scan this debris. This could be the mysterious enemy the survivors talked about. It may be Elachi, but we need more information. Bring us into a close orbit of the planet. Now let's utilize full impulse. Get us there quicker. I don't like that, I thought. A sensor echo. stay at yellow alert. Until then, I'm beaming down with an away team. Anything changes, let me know immediately. When you see something like that, like a sensor blip or an echo, most people would ignore it. But being that we're dealing with the Romulans here, you can never be too careful. Their cloaking devices are pretty impressive, but they're not perfect. Sometimes a little bit of echoes here and there can be distortions in the cloaking device. Very well. This used to be once a thriving colony. Now, it's just a graveyard. What could this be? Very well. Retrieve a sample for analysis. Oh, great. More bugs. I hate having to interfere with the ecosystem and stuff of this planet, but we're on a mission here, and I don't want to take any chances that those little things can be of a nuisance. Matter of fact, I might as well just go ahead and arm my rifle. Wait. Head in this direction. Oh my God. What happened to him? Or her? The Evans is mounting for the Alachi. Go ahead, take a sample. What's actually kind of surprising is if this was a massive invasion, I would have expected more destruction. If you're trying to erase evidence, you would probably want to wipe this place clean. The fact that there's still bits and pieces left says otherwise. Maybe because they didn't have the time to do it, or they didn't even think about it. Let's scan this crater. Well, it's doubtful that the colony destroyed themselves, so it could only be the Tal Shiar. If it is of Romulan origin and it's plasma-based, that would signify the Tal Shiar, because they use plasma-based weapons. Scan this debris. Retrieve a sample for analysis. Got one more area to scan to collect some evidence. While most of the area is destroyed, as I've stated before, you would have expected more destruction. Like, I don't know, maybe the buildings be flattened? Whoever did this is certainly lousy when it comes to finishing the job. There it is up there. There's a beacon. That definitely does not appear to be of Romulan origin. Get a full scan. Starfleet will want to review our findings. Alright, let's get over there. Maybe it's a message from the last survivors of what happened. All the evidence is mounting towards that the Alachi did it along with the Tal Shiar. This transmission or something could be an even bigger piece of evidence. From Empress Sela. Play the message.
Citizens of the Empire, it is with great sorrow that I report the destruction of our colony in the Virinat system by the terrorist insurgents known as the Romulan Republic. I believe most of the residents of Virinat were loyal subjects of the Empire who were unaware of the terrorist cell hidden amongst their homes and families. Their deaths are a tragedy.
Sela spewing her lies again.
When the Tal Shiar attempted to remove the insurrectionists and save Virinat and its people, the Romulan Republic destroyed the entire colony rather than submit to the lawful authority of my forces. I grieve for the loss of innocent life. Rest assured that those responsible will be found and punished for their crimes against the Romulan people. Virinat will not be forgotten.
Wonder if she ever gets tired of lying. What is it? Oh, wait a minute. Alright, beam us up and head immediately to Red Alert. Looks like we got some company on our hands. The fact that Sela would lie says that this was not of the Republic's doing. In fact, from everything we've heard about the Republic, they wouldn't do something like this. If anything, if they tried to convince this colony to join them and they didn't, why would they? I see. It was a scout ship. Obviously afraid to challenge us, but he'll bring friends. Oh, they took out my shields for a short duration. Close enough to utilize this? Apparently not. Oh well. Put it on screen immediately.
To all Starfleet vessels, our allies in the Romulan Republic are under attack by the Tal Shiar. All combat-ready vessels are ordered to report to New Romulus immediately. Individual orders to follow.
Comms. Open a channel to Admiral Tanay.
Thank you for responding so quickly. Your orders are to rendezvous with Battle Group Phi at Virinat and proceed to New Romulus to reinforce our vessels there. The battle is already underway.
We're all on our way, Admiral. Gotta wait for the reinforcements to show up here at Virinat.
Glad to have you here. Let's get to New Romulus.
Agreed. Lead the way, Captain. All hands battle stations. The Tal Shiar have picked the wrong day to mess with the USS Yellow Springs. And Starfleet, of course. And I would say the same thing about the Alachi.
We are grateful beyond words for your help. You have arrived in the nick of time. New Romulus does not have the developed orbital defenses necessary to repel such an attack, and Admiral Kararek is calling for as many ships as possible to defend the planet. The flotilla protecting the planet has been pushed back by the enemy assault. They are at their final line now. They need your help.
Very well.
Glad you could join us. Concentrate fire on their command ship.
Huh. The Klingons are even here, too. And they're not shooting at us. They're mostly Alachi ships. Okay, it's taking a while to get through that command ship's hull plating. Target the smaller craft. It's one battleship gone. That's another thing about the Alachi. They have the ability to jump their ships forward or backward to get out of the firing range. I see that. Activate engineering abilities. Oh, that's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt. Weapons are offline. Now they're back online. Okay. I knew this was going to be tough, but I'm actually going to call in some reinforcements of my own. It just so happens I picked this up a while back. Let's see. Let's bring in the Derelict class battle cruiser to assist us. Engines offline. Now they're back. Okay, I'm getting away from the big battle here. The command ship's been destroyed. Take out the Dreadnought. Dreadnought's gone. The only thing left will be these small fighters. Here we go. Right down its throat. Let's activate a shield bubble. Help restore my shields if need be. And the shields of the other allies. There's one more ship out there. And it's gone. Put them on screen.
On behalf of the Romulan Republic, thank you for your assistance today. You have saved our new world from destruction. We cannot begin to repay these deeds you have performed today, but know that your names will go down in history.
It was an honor to be of your service. Helm, depart the system. Warp 2. It's also nice to see, even though that we are at war, the Klingons came coming in to defend New Romulus too. Perhaps there is hope for the Federation and the Klingons. If we can have one mutual goal, which is to protect our New Romulus allies. Let's report to Starfleet. Agreed, Admiral. Let's go with plasma torpedoes. Alright folks, that was episode 8. I'm going to give you a sneak peek at episode 9. Simply titled Taurus. The initial explosion of New Romulus did not occur in the Romulus system. It was in the Hobus system, which had planets being mined for decalium, or however you pronounce it. The supernova acted counter to almost all we know about this type of phenomena. The initial explosion converted the masses of the planets it consumed into its energy, which then traveled through subspace. Ultimately, the Romulus system was destroyed, along with it the Romulan homeworld. Unchecked, the force of this chain reaction detonation could have threatened the entire quadrant. It was Ambassador Spock who sealed the rift by using red matter to create an artificial black hole. Until recently, the cause of the supernova was a mystery. However, the Romulan Republic, our new ally, has shared information with us that Taurus, former Praetor of the Romulan Star Empire, may have been responsible for the Hobus supernova. They attempted to apprehend her, but she escaped through an Iconian gateway. Of course. Recently, the Romulan Republic has discovered new information that could help us track down Taurus. We want you to rendezvous with the RRW Lisette, the new flagship of the Romulan Republic fleet, and provide any assistance you can. Alright then. We're going to the scene of the crime, the Hobus system. Okay folks, I hope you enjoyed episode 8. I will see you for episode 9. Until then, this is Captain Chris Dorn, signing off.